जय हो राधे श्याम की। आ, जय हो सिया राम की। आ, और जय हो बंबई धाम की। ई है, ई है, ई है बंबई नगरिया, तू देख बबुआ।
गुड इवनिंग सर, मिस्टर श्रीराम, आम आदमी कैसे हो?
बस ठीक ठाक सर, आप कैसे हैं? चल रहा है इस
हाँ, हम भी मजे में है सर।
चलिए, आपकी हिंदी सुन के हम भी मजे में आ रहे हैं अभी।
अरे हाँ, आज
तो
का टॉपिक ही कुछ ऐसा ही है। हमारे
अच्छा।
सामने जो टॉपिक है आज, जो आप देख
हम्म।
रहे हैं ना आज, अपना बढ़िया शहर जो है मुंबई, फाइनेंशियल कैपिटल ऑफ इंडिया, उसके बारे में थोड़ा चर्चा करते हैं आज। क्या कहते
अरे वाह, वाह वाह। ख्याल तो मैं एक शब्द में दोहराए नहीं जा सकता है, उसके लिए 2 घंटे चाहिए। अगर आपके पास है तो मैं बात कर सकता हूँ।
हैं? अरे क्या बात है सर, 2 घंटे में समझ जाएगा मुंबई।
सिमटा तो नहीं जाएगा, लेकिन सिमट तो सिमटाने का कोशिश करते हैं। लेकिन सिमटा
अच्छा,
तो नहीं जाएगा, लेकिन वो इतना प्यारा शहर है कि वो उसके बारे में बात करते ही रहना ऐसा ही लगता है।
बिल्कुल सर, मैं भी मानता हूँ वो। पहले बार जब मुंबई गया था तो पहला पहला प्यार बोलते हैं ना, पहले नजर से ही
जरूर
प्यार हो
जरूर।
गया मुंबई। मुंबई पर वो ऐसा ही शहर है, बहुत बढ़िया शहर है वो।
वो सही है, क्योंकि आप एक खासियत उसमें यह है कि आप वहां पे जाते ही आप उस शहर के अपने हो जाते हैं।
सही है
यानी
सर, बिल्कुल सही है, बहुत लोगों ने बताया है एक्चुअली। तो
हाँ,
मैं एक्चुअली इसके बारे में आपसे पूछना चाहता था
पूछिए
कि
पूछिए।
आप ये क्या वजह हो सकता है, इतना प्यारा है वो शहर? क्या ऐसा ऐसा क्या वजह हो सकता है उसका, आपके मुताबिक?
नहीं नहीं, देखिए, मुंबई को अक्सर लैंड ऑफ अपॉर्चुनिटीज कहा जाता है।
सही है सर।
वो एक ऐसा शहर है जो एक अनजाना भी जाके वहां पे कुछ करके दिखाने के लिए उसको मौके मिल सकते हैं। एंड अगर 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 आप देखें, शहर को देखें, तो इतना बड़ा शहर है वो। चाहे वो आप कोई भी काम करे वहां पे, तो स्टार्टिंग में यानी शुरुआत में आपको थोड़ी बहुत तो तकलीफें उठानी पड़ेगी, लेकिन अगर आप उसके लिए तैयार हैं, अगर आप उस चैलेंजेस के लिए तैयार हैं, तो मुंबई आपको वो सब कुछ दे सकता है जो शायद कोई और सिटी दे ही ना पाए। आपको अपने पैरों पे खड़ा कर सकता है, आपको अपने आप पे एक विश्वास दिला सकता है, और अपने आप की अपना जो काबिलियत है उसे दोहराने के कई मौके दे सकता है। तो देखा जाए तो वो एक ऐसा शहर है जो, अगर आप, जैसे इंग्लिश में कहते हैं ना, अगर आप रॉ मटेरियल की तरह अंदर जाएं तो वो आपको फिनिश्ड प्रोडक्ट की तरह बाहर निकाल देगा।
अरे
तो
बहुत बढ़िया मिसाल है सर। मानना पड़ेगा।
तो तो ये है मुंबई, तो ये है मेरी जान।
क्या बात है सर।
यस।
ऐसा एक माना जाता है सर, ऐसा कि शहर की देवी जो है मुंबा देवी,
हाँ
वो किसी को भूखा नहीं रखती है, सबका पेट
हाँ।
भरती है वो। ये क्या सच्चाई है क्या? इसमें कितना सच्चाई है आपके मुताबिक?
नहीं, जरूर सच्चाई है, क्योंकि मुंबई जो नाम है शहर का, वो मुंबा देवी के ऊपर ही रखा गया है। और जैसे आपने सही कहा, मुंबा देवी के आशीर्वाद से आज तक जो शहर आगे बढ़ता जा रहा है, तो उसकी अपनी काबिलियत को छोड़ के वो भगवान का आशीर्वाद ही माना जा सकता है। क्योंकि जितनी तकलीफें हाल ही में, आपको भी पता होगा, यानी हाल ही में, यानी मैं बोल रहा हूँ कुछ 5-6 साल पहले या 10 साल पहले, जो तकलीफें मुंबई ने उठाई है, तो वो वो तकलीफों से अगर वो बाहर निकला है, तो मुंबई के लोगों के विश्वास से और फिर मुंबा देवी के आशीर्वाद से ही निकला है। और यह भी बात सही है कि जो भी वहां पे जाए, उसे वो भूखा नहीं रखती है, तो कुछ ना कुछ तो अपने आप को साबित करने का मौका देती है। और अगर कोई भूखा पेट वहां पे जाता है, तो उसे रोटी तो मिलती ही है। और ना सिर्फ रोटी मिलती है, वो रोटी की कीमत भी जान जाता है। तो ये है मुंबा देवी का असर।
अरे ये बिल्कुल सही बताया सर आपने। रोटी का कीमत तो हर एक को पता होना ही चाहिए।
चाहिए, सही है।
एकदम एकदम,
लेकिन
वो तो मानना ही पड़ेगा सर।
जानना
इससे
तो
बड़ा
चाहिए ही।
आशीर्वाद या कोई क्या बोलते हैं नॉलेज किसी को मिल ही नहीं सकता है। इट्स प्राइसलेस। रोटी का कीमत तो
नहीं,
हर एक को जानना ही पड़ता है, जानना ही चाहिए।
जरूर जरूर, क्योंकि देखिए, अगर आप वो कीमत ना जान सके तो फिर आपके पास जो मौके हैं उस मौकों को इस्तेमाल करने का तरीका भी आपको समझ में नहीं आएगा जब तक कि वो आप उस कीमत को जान न लें। और जैसे कहते हैं ना कि आप उसके काबिल भी होना चाहिए, कि आपको ये पता रहना चाहिए कि आप किस हद तक आगे जा सकते हैं उस रोटी को पाने के लिए। तो ये सब चीजें ऐसी है जो अपने आप में, जो आदमी वहां पे पहली बार जाता है वो अनजान होता है, लेकिन वक्त के गुजरते गुजरते और फिर जब उसको एक तजुर्बा जैसा मिल जाता है, तो अगर आप, ऐसा भी कहा जाता है और मैं ये मानता हूँ ये सही है, कि अगर आप मुंबई में जीना जान गए तो आप दुनिया के हर कोने में जी सकते हैं।
हाँ सर, बिल्कुल सही बताया आपने सर। हमने ये आजमाया एक्चुअली।
यस सर, हाँ।
हमने उधर हमको एक ऐसा अपॉर्चुनिटी मिला था,
हाँ हाँ।
जिसके जरिए हम थोड़ा काम किए उधर। नेशनल स्टॉक
वाह,
एक्सचेंज में काम किए थे थोड़े दिन के लिए।
क्या बात है, एक्सलेंट।
हाँ, बहुत बहुत सही बताया आपने। जो मुंबई में बच सकता है वो दुनिया में किधर भी बच सकता है।
नहीं नहीं, डेफिनेटली वो शहर ही ऐसा है जो आपको शुरुआत से ही आपको अपने पैरों पे खड़ा कर देता है वो, और फिर आप चुपचाप बैठ ही नहीं सकते हैं, क्योंकि वो शहर आपको चुपचाप बैठने देगा ही नहीं।
सही है सर, बिल्कुल सही बताया आपने। सो इस
यस,
श्रृंखला में मैं सोचा एक्चुअली थोड़ा मुंबई का विजुअल्स ले लेते हैं,
जरूर
और
जरूर,
उसके
क्यों नहीं।
जो भी वो सब्जेक्ट है वो विजुअल्स में, उसके बारे में थोड़ा गुफ्तगू करते हैं। क्या रहा है आपका?
डेफिनेटली डेफिनेटली, अरे यार, ये तो मेरे धन्य भाग के जहां मैं पैदा हुआ था, क्योंकि मैं मुंबई में पैदा हुआ था, तो उस शहर के बारे में कुछ बात करूं, ये तो मेरा सौभाग्य है। और मैं आपका बहुत शुक्रगुजार हूं कि आपने मुझे एक मौका आज दिया
अरे
कि मुझे मुंबई के बारे में आपसे कुछ गुफ्तगू करने का मौका मिले।
अरे, ये तो हम भी अपना भाग्य मानते हैं सर, कि आप जैसे एक जो मुंबई से इतना जुड़े हुए हैं अपने बचपन से। तो
हाँ
आपके
हाँ।
साथ कुछ मुंबई के बारे में बात करना तो उसका मजा ही कुछ और है। लेट्स आई
अरे अरे,
होप
शौक से।
वी हैव सम गुड टाइम। सही है सर।
नहीं, एब्सोल्युटली एब्सोल्युटली, लुकिंग फॉरवर्ड टू दैट, जरूर।
सो पहले शुरुआत करना चाहता था सर मैं।
बोलिए।
मैं सोचा अगर वी कैन बेसिकली ट्राई टू गो थ्रू सम विजुअल्स।
राइट।
सो स्टार्टिंग विथ CSI, छत्रपति शिवाजी इंटरनेशनल एयरपोर्ट।
फैंटास्टिक,
सो
व्हाट अ बिगिनिंग।
हाँ, सो मेरा सोच ये है कि एक्चुअली एज वी लैंड इन बॉम्बे एंड देन टेक अ टूर ऑफ बॉम्बे, ऐसा एक सोच बनाया था मैंने जब मैं
वाह
सीक्वेंसिंग किया इस इन विजुअल्स का।
वाह
सो
वाह वाह।
अभी हमारे सामने जो है वो है एक्चुअली इट्स अ रनवे ऑफ CSI,
राइट
where four planes are taxiing.
राइट।
So in general, like CSI airport के बारे में आपका क्या क्या राय है? What do you think about CSI airport?
अभी सीएसआई एयरपोर्ट के बारे में मैं क्या कहूँ, लफ्ज नहीं मिलते हैं, क्योंकि पूरे देश में अगर मैंने कोई एयरपोर्ट देखा है तो सीएसआई जैसा जानदार एयरपोर्ट शायद ही कहीं मिले। अन्य भी एयरपोर्ट्स हैं, जैसे दिल्ली है, बेंगलोर है, जो काफी अच्छे हैं, लेकिन सीएसआई में जो ताजगी है वो अपने आप में बनता है वो। अगर मैं आपको एक बात बता दूं, क्योंकि एयरपोर्ट्स और हवाई जहाजों से संबंध मेरा तो मेरे बचपन से ही था, क्योंकि मेरे मेरी माँ के जो बड़े भाई थे वो इंडियन एयरलाइंस में, जो तब था, तो इंडियन एयरलाइंस में पायलट हुआ करते थे। और तब से मेरे मुझ में एक हवाई जहाज़ों के बारे में जानने की एक दिलचस्पी पैदा हुई, और तब से मैं हवाई जहाज़ों के का एक बहुत बड़ा फैन बन गया था। और जब भी बम्बई जाता था तो मैं ये अपॉर्चुनिटी मिस नहीं करता था कि जाके सांता क्रूज एयरपोर्ट, जो तब फेमस था और अभी भी है, और उसके बाद जो अंतर्राष्ट्रीय हवाई अड्डा वहां पे बना, सहार एयरपोर्ट, उन दोनों को देख के आऊं। उनमें से एक खासियत यह है कि उसके जो टर्मिनल्स जो तभी नए बन रहे थे, तो बस वो टर्मिनल्स, उनका उनका जो डिजाइन था उसे वही लाजवाब था तभी। एक एक कुछ ही अलग टाइप का वो एक मजा लाता था। लेकिन ये मैं ऑलमोस्ट 96 1995 96 के बारे में बात कर रहा हूँ। वो बहुत साल गुजर गए। लेकिन अभी ऑफ कोर्स तो काफी वहाँ पे बढ़ोतरी हुई होगी और काफी नए टर्मिनल्स आए होंगे। तो मुझ में एक और खास चीज मैंने मैंने वहां पे देखी कि जब भी एक हवाई जहाज वहां पे आता था, तो उस जमाने में लाइक हमें ये पता नहीं था कि कोई भी हवाई जहाज हो तो उसमें कितने आदमी बैठ सकते हैं या कितने लोग सफर सफर कर सकते हैं। तो अपने तजुर्बे से हमने ये अंदाजा लगाया था कि अगर आप कोई बोइंग 747, जो एक बहुत बड़ा एयरक्राफ्ट है, तो उसका ले एग्जाम्पल के तौर पे, तो बाहर अगर एक एयरक्राफ्ट आए तो फिर बाहर जितने भी टैक्सीज जो हुआ करती थी उसमें से आधे से ज्यादा चली जाती थी। तो इससे पता लगा सकते थे कि उसमें कितने लोग सफर करते हैं। तो ऐसी कुछ अनगिनत बातें जुड़ी हैं मुंबई एयरपोर्ट से, और अभी भी मुझे उतना ही अच्छा लगता है। हाल ही के मैं बम्बई जाके काफी साल हुआ अभी, बट फिर भी अगर मैं सीएसआई को देखूं और हवाई जहाजों के आने जाने को देखूं, तो मुझे अभी भी ऐसा ही लगता है कि एक और सफर हो जाए वहां पे और उस जगह का मजा लूट लिया जाए। तो यस, इट इज वेरी क्लोजली अटैच्ड टू मी एंड माय लाइफ।
हाँ सर, as this new visual in front of us amply proves it, it's
Yes,
a marvelous design and architecturally very unique, isn't it? The
absolutely.
interiors.
Yes, I think this can beat any airport in the world. The way you see this before you, I think it can beat any airport
It's quite
because
grand. It reminds us, or at least it reminds me of the Grand Central Airport, I mean, railway station in New York, downtown New York, if you remember.
yes, I had the privilege of traveling with you there, and I mean it was a dream come true, where our association, which dates back more than 30 years, was extended to an overseas
Yes, yes,
place
yes.
as well. So it was a memorable experience. Yes, I do remember that, and yes, it's an absolute marvel. Yes.
Right, sir. So I remember some time back, I mean, long back, you used to tell you are considering becoming a purser as one of the career opportunities. ना आप बता रहे थे कुछ साल
Yes,
पहले.
yes. हाँ.
तो वो ख्याल का आपको कैसे आया, वो पर्सर बनने का क्या ख्याल? What inspired you?
देखिए, वो उसके बारे में भी आई मीन अगर मैं बताना चाहूँ तो माय इनिशियल लव फॉर फ्लाइंग, अगर मैं बताना चाहूँ तो फ्लाइंग मुझे बहुत पसंद है। मेरे बचपन से ही मुझे हवाई जहाज़ों से लगाव रहा है, और मुझे उड़ान भरने की काफी यानी आई लाइक फ्लाइंग अ लॉट। तो कभी एक कैरियर के स्टेज में मैंने सोचा कि क्यों ना एक ऐसा मौका ढूंढा जाए जो शायद मुझे मेरे लाइकिंग से मुझे मिला दे, और आई कैन ट्राई टू गेट मी अ करियर इन द एविएशन इंडस्ट्री। तो इसके लिए मैंने पीछे एक कोर्स भी किया था, मोर टुवर्ड्स एयरक्राफ्ट ticketing and the other things. That was with an intention to see that I get an opportunity to either work at the airport, at least, if not, be a part of the cabin crew or the aircraft crew. मेरा यही एक होप था कि कभी ना कभी मुझे एयरपोर्ट पे काम करने का मौका मिल जाए, बट लेकिन फिर भी कुछ चीजें ऐसी होती हैं कि वो अपने काबू में नहीं रहती हैं। तो जितना भी कोशिश करे, शायद भगवान का इरादा कुछ और होता है। तो इसके लिए मैं वो अपना ख्वाब पूरा नहीं कर सका, बट एक ख्वाब जरूर पूरा कर सका कि मैं मैक्सिमम टाइम्स आई हैड एन अपॉर्चुनिटी टू ट्रैवल एंड विद इन इंडिया एज वेल एज ओवरसीज। So yes, I never missed being a part of the aviation industry that way.
So अभी एक गूगली बनता है सर. I'm going to bowl a googly to you. You have to face it.
बोलिए वानखेड़े स्टेडियम तो अपना चहिता स्टेडियम है, बोलिए फेस करते हैं।
वो भी आ रहा है आगे. उसके बारे में बुत्तू करते हैं.
वाह वाह वाह, चलिए।
But
यस,
अभी का गूगली है सर, which is your just
बोलिए।
wanted to check curiosity,
यस,
which is your favorite airline carrier in the world?
वेल, there are many, in fact. I would say at least there are 5 airlines which I would rate as the top performing airlines.
नहीं टॉप
But
परफॉर्मिंग एक है सर, आपका चहिता कौन सा
हाँ,
है?
मेरा चाहिता, अच्छा,
हाँ,
मेरा चाहिता अगर आप बताएं तो my favorite is Singapore Airlines, just because the sheer quality of service they have, and not only that, their frequency in operating the aircrafts, and basically उनका जो कस्टमर रिलेशंस होता है तो वो काफी बढ़िया है। तो इसके लिए सिंगापुर एयरलाइंस मेरा काफी चाहिता एयरलाइन है।
ओह ग्रेट सर, इत्तेफाक से हमारा भी, हम भी काफ़ी सिंगापुर एयरलाइंस में फ्लाई कर चुके हैं अभी,
अरे
और
यार,
हम आपसे सहमत है एक्चुअली, वो काफ़ी बढ़िया सर्विस है उनका, इट्स क्वाइट
यस
अनपैरेलड
यस
कंसिस्टेंटली।
यस 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 यस, कंसिस्टेंटली, एंड
यस,
वो और वो देश का गवर्नमेंट भी ऐसा है जो उसे उसी लिमिट पे उसे इट 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 इज स्टेबल थ्रू आउट फॉर मेनी इयर्स। तो थैंक्स टू द कंट्रीज गवर्नेंस दैट इट हैज हेल्प्ड इट रिटेन द टॉप स्पॉट।
राइट सर।
या,
So I'm moving to one nice visual now, upcoming,
एब्सोल्युटली,
and then there's a question following that to you. Another googly
नो
maybe.
नो वरीज, नो वरीज।
देखिए सर, अभी CSA टर्मिनल के बाहर ऐसा नजारा तो ऐसा है, सी हाउ नाइट वाइब्रेंट एंड आर्किटेक्चरल एंड ब्यूटीफुल इट इज,
आई थिंक जब मैंने
ड्रॉप ऑफ
सीएसआई
पॉइंट। यस,
जब मैंने सीएसआई देखा था तो वो तो कुछ और ही था, यानी, लेकिन यहाँ जो नज़ारा देख रहा हूँ ये तो आई थिंक देखते ही बनता है। रियली इट्स फैबुलस, इट रिमाइंड्स मी ऑफ द KIA हियर, केम्पेगौड़ा इंटरनेशनल एयरपोर्ट। तो थोड़ा बहुत तो वैसा ही है अगर आप एरियन से देखे तो, लेकिन देखते ही बनता है। इट्स
सही है सर।
फैबुलस। यस,
सो इससे जुड़ा एक सवाल है आपको।
पूछिए।
सो आप बता रहे थे ना, आई मीन सम टाइम बैक, कि आपका पहला अंतरराष्ट्रीय उड़ान तो मुंबई से हुआ था।
यस यस,
So this should be a nostalgic picture from that way, isn't it? People carrying
एब्सोल्युटली,
their luggage in the trolley, push cart,
एब्सोल्युटली,
trying to check
एब्सोल्युटली,
in
एब्सोल्युटली।
and complete the formalities, collect the boarding pass, and then move on to the duty free or whatever, right?
Yes, those were the challenges involved then, and I mean, in one way they made you up also. I mean, they prepared you for all those
Yeah,
as you
right.
went on. Yeah.
So how was your experience, sir? First time passing through immigration, security clearance, and the DFS and the waiting lounge and all those stuffs? Or international flight, I mean, from Bombay.
Uh, I think it was a very challenging experience, I would say, क्योंकि पहली बार जो ओवरसीज उड़ान करता है तो उसके लिए जो प्रिपरेशंस होते हैं वो सिर्फ एक हफ्ते या एक महीने से नहीं, पिछले 1-2 साल से चलते हैं। वैसा ही मेरे साथ भी हुआ था। राइट फ्रॉम द टाइम यू develop that idea that you have an opportunity to fly out, the preparations which started then till the moment you actually the day arrived, and आपको सभी तैयारियां सही हुई है या नहीं उसके बारे में आपको you had to recheck and everything. So right from that time it was a very challenging experience, and getting into the airport itself, though I have just transited it many times whenever I would get an opportunity to do so while receiving visitors and all those things, but actually being a part of the process was a memorable feeling altogether. It's completely different, all the way trying to check in with your tickets in the main gate, the departure gates, then going into your immigration, baggage booking, and then custom clearance. Each of these stages involved some sort of an anxiety. तो तभी ऐसा ख्याल आता था कि अरे यार, ये पहली बार जा रहा हूँ, कैसा होगा, और यानी कहाँ पे अटक जाएंगे, और something like that. But the flow was such, and somehow that inbuilt confidence was such that yes, I would achieve it. And then I, having some knowledge about airports and how they work and everything previously, that made my job a little bit more easier. So, but all in all, it was a good experience and it was knowledge driven. And yes, the first step resulted in many future steps. So I thank CSI for giving me that chance to experience it.
So what was your first destination, sir, outside India from Bombay?
My first destination was Sri Lanka, actually.
Okay.
When we had a tour which was planned with a group of friends. That was my first overseas visit, also out of Bombay, where we went on a 4-nation tour, which had Sri Lanka, Singapore, Thailand, and Hong Kong. So we actually went from Mumbai, and when we came back, we landed in a different port of entry, Chennai. But the experience traveling out of Mumbai was excellent.
So I suppose at that time, Bangalore still didn't have a immigration desk, isn't it?
I think it had, but I mean, not many flights, many international flights operated from here, because there was the old Marthali airport which was operating. But not many, I mean, international flights were going out of Bangalore. So easily we had to go out of Mumbai.
Okay, makes sense.
Yes.
So moving forward, sir, now when we talk about Bombay or Mumbai, we cannot do without talking about Ganeshji. Ganeshji and Ganesh Utsav and Bombay are like two sides of the same coin. That is the way we see it, by and large, isn't it?
No, absolutely. I mean, what Bombay is today and what we in general are is all because of Ganeshji's blessings. So yes, it's interlinked, and Ganeshji has a lot to do with what Bombay is today.
Right, sir. So सिद्धि विनायक मंदिर के बारे में कुछ बताना चाहेंगे सर?
कुछ नहीं, काफी बताना चाहता हूँ.
बताइए सर. शौक से.
अरे सिद्धि विनायक टेम्पल के बारे में अगर मैं बताना चाहूँ, उस भगवान की जो वहाँ पे कृपा है लोगों पे, वो तो एक मिसाल जैसा कायम कर चुका है. क्योंकि वो एक वहां पे उस इलाके में क्यों उस पूरे बंबई में अगर आप बात करें तो सिद्धि विनायक इज वन ऑफ द मोस्ट पावरफुल गणेशा टेम्पल्स इन द होल सिटी एंड इन द होल स्टेट ऑफ महाराष्ट्र एज वेल. एंड आई हैव सीन and heard many miracles happen there, where you go there with a sincere wish and your wish gets fulfilled, and many health issues have been solved. तो वैसे मैंने कई किस्से ऐसे वहाँ पे सुने हैं और महसूस भी किया है. तो सिद्धि विनायक, yes, it is one of the place which needs to be visited to feel the presence of God there in reality. अगर आप वहाँ पे जाएंगे तो आपको गणेश जी को आप अपने अंदर ही आप पाएंगे. तो उतना सुहाना मंदिर है वो, मैं कहना चाहता हूँ.
Right, sir. And also talking about Ganesh Utsav in Bombay, the spirit of it, it actually has a lot to do with integrating people from all walks of life, including cutting across religions, isn't it?
Yes.
Like for example, I know that Salman Khan actually celebrates Ganesh Utsav without fail every year.
He does. Not only he, but even I think I've heard even Shah Rukh Khan doing that. So he mingles with the Hindus during Ganesh Utsav, and vice versa. It keeps happening. Yes.
But coming to Siddhi Vinayak Mandir,
right?
Do these other religion people also visit the temple for some peace of mind? Have you heard of anything like that?
Yes, because I have seen even Christians making a visit there. Because I mean, when I would visit Siddhi Vinayak, I would see people from all walks of life getting in there. It is just like the Golden Temple in Punjab, where people from all walks of life they get the opportunity to go and take blessings of the God there. And
you mean
Siddhi
in
Vinayak
Amritsar, isn't it?
In Amritsar, yes, in Punjab.
Okay.
So the same thing with Siddhivinayak also. I mean, like the Lord there, he doesn't see anything like this. For him, devotees are the main thing. Whoever goes to him, he will see that he is blessed and sent back. So that is the greatness of the God there. Yeah.
How about pandals? Also, I've heard several. That also cuts across religion when setup is happening. Where people from all walks of life contribute in their own ways to set up the pandals, isn't it, during the season?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, like that is the oneness which the Lord generates there, because everybody gets involved in Ganeshotsav celebrations, and everybody has their own unique programs lined up for all the 10 days. So it is something where people from different, not only from Bombay, but surrounding places around Bombay also, people go there, because Bombay Ganesh Festival is one of the most favorite and most famous, I would say, happening events around Maharashtra. So people go there only to see the different types of Ganpatis kept. And of course, here this particular Ganesha is visited all over by people from different states in India, as well as all over the world. So I remember, because during Ganeshotsav, we had that unique program, of starting late in the evening and then moving out all through the night and watching different idols of Ganeshas. And then we would come back only early in the morning. So that was the charm involved then, and that is the charm involved even today. So yes, that's the grace of Lord Ganpati there, which has united the city to this extent.
Good sir. And how about मोदक? उसके बारे में आपका क्या राय है? आपको मोदक पसंद है?
अरे यार, पसंद वो तो हमारी जान है वो. So actually, modak is a type of peda only, I would say, but the ingredients of modak are a bit different from the normal peda, and the size of, I mean, the shape of modak, where as you actually see when you hold it in the hand, that itself is a unique feeling. And since times immemorial, Lord Ganesh has been a fan of modak himself. So people try to see that they try to retain his requirement and try to keep the shape as similar as possible. And yes, and it's one of the tastiest sweet out there in Maharashtra.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
And how do you celebrate Ganesh Ji nowadays? Of late, nowadays you are out based out of Bangalore, isn't it? So
yes, I mean,
spirit of Ganesh Ji celebration. You carry it with you in your heart. You follow. You get in touch with your friends and relatives who are in Bombay during the season to inquire, or you follow it.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely. Because the festival still continues in my heart. Because though I was in Mumbai, after about 5 to 6 years, we migrated as a family to Pune, and I had the rest of my school life in Pune. But nothing different from Mumbai as far as Pune is concerned, even in Ganesha festivals, because I mean, it's one of the events which is looked forward to from the previous year itself, because once the Ganesh Visarjan is done after 10-11 days of festival, from say the next day or the day after the next day, start thinking about what we need to do the following year. And one of the most interesting parts there was, like, there would be awards for the most decorated Ganesha Pandal, and one would try to better the other for that cause. That would get even people involved to a greater extent. And today, as I sit in Bangalore, the same amount of interest continues here with me. But I think the quantum of public Ganeshas here is not to that level which is there in Maharashtra. Because like here, yes, they do have pandals and everything, and they do have an orchestra program and everything. But I mean, seldom you find people trying to start at 8 o'clock at night and try to roam around the city whole night and try to pick up their best Ganesha idols and all those things. So that is some difference which lies from here and there. But personally speaking, yes, I still carry the same amount of interest. And but now we do celebrate it at home. We bring Ganesha idol every year and we perform puja. So the association with Lord Ganesha since my birth, since the Mumbai Pune days, continues here itself.
Very nice to know that.
Yeah.
So, having taken Ganesh Ji's blessings, let's
Yes.
move on. So,
Yeah.
for the first tourist spot, which is a world famous one, Gateway
Very
of
important. Yeah.
So here's a visual: the Gateway of India being reflected in the waters after on a rain puddle, basically.
Oh, fantastic! This is an absolute marvel. Yes.
So, what do you, I mean? Have you visited this place? It seems
Many
to be
times.
notorious for many reasons. I heard that, although it's a very famous tourist spot,
Yes.
a lot of activities happen surrounding this monument, I should say. Have you?
Yes.
What have been your experiences visiting this monument?
No, I mean, to put it this way, like whenever I have visited Gateway of India, I always feel that it's a new place because there is something new which happens there every time. Though the monumental structure is a historic structure which dates back to the British era, uh, something new I always observe whenever I come to Gateway of India. Like, for example, maybe there is a difference in the type of people who roam around there, or there is a difference in the how people get themselves involved in the surroundings. Of course, the other side of Gateway of India is the Arabian Sea. So people not only go there to just have a nice time and just glance at Gateway of India, but the surrounding areas where there is a sit out and everything. And more so, as anybody's favorite, it would be my favorite was also to get the waves hit on you by sitting at the embankment just besides the Gateway of India.
Right.
So when heavy waves would hit you, basically during monsoon season,
the spray of the salt water on your face.
Exactly.
To sound a bit poetic. Okay.
No. So yes, of course, that वो मौसम को और भी रंगीन बना देता है वो. तो इसके लिए वो काफी मजेदार फीलिंग रहता है. And not only that, another unique feature about Gateway of India is the amount of pigeons which live there.
Oh yeah.
Because you would have seen on your visits to Mumbai, like once you go there, people go there especially to feed those pigeons also. And once after that, when the pigeons take flight together, about say 100 of them together, it's a fabulous sight. And it's a photographic marvel, I would say, that to one who is interested in photography, you should not miss that sight. And from the other side of Gateway of India, yes, it looks beautiful and enchanting from whichever direction you see. So it's an architectural marvel, one of the identities of our country.
Right. So time for a googly once again.
Sure, no problem.
So, what is the best weather to visit Bombay? According to you, I mean, what would you recommend? Which is the best time or of the year, or which is the best weather condition to visit Bombay actually to enjoy it the most?
I would say any time between November and February would be the best time, the winter time, when you can really enjoy the place. But if you are a fan of monsoon, then nothing like experiencing the Mumbai monsoon, because I have experienced it many times. And though you'll have to, face some challenges with respect to that, but that feeling which you get is totally different, because you have knee-deep water and then you need to walk through that. You don't know where what is lying next to you. All those things give you a different feeling of life. So, but if you are a fan of monsoon, then Mumbai rains is something which you should enjoy at least once. But otherwise, I think probably November to February would be the best time to go.
Okay.
Yeah.
So here's another visual in front of us, sir. Pretty iconic picture.
Wow, wonderful. That's nice.
The thing is, of course, this photo tries to capture two things. On the left-hand
Yes.
corner, you of course have Gateway of India,
Yes.
blocked by tourists. But on the right-hand side, you have that Taj Mahal hotels, one of the domes, right?
Yes. 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 Yes.
So,
That's.
what are your thoughts on this photo with the bay full of fishing boats?
I would say like Gateway of India is never complete without the Taj Mahal or the boats surrounding it. And I'm not saying this because it is surrounded by the Arabian Sea on the other side, but Taj Mahal Hotel is one of the iconic spots of Mumbai and India, and there is a unique fact associated behind Taj Mahal Hotel. Like when one during one of his visits to UK, when Ratan Tata had to encounter or had to face a tricky situation where he was asked about the capacity of India and Indians in general, then he took it upon himself that he is going to do something which can, silence the Englishmen for some time to come. And then he took the Buckingham Palace in mind, and he always had this thought that I'm going to build something like this in India. So he had that determination. He came back and he built it. So that was one great thing which Tatas have contributed to the country. And just behind, as I see, the new Taj building,
Yes,
of course.
right.
So that too is an architectural marvel. And of course, just about 10 years ago, unfortunately, Taj was in the news for some unforeseen activities there.
Right.
So unfortunately, but Taj as it is, it came back to its glory in no time and still stands tall.
Have you visited this hotel, sir, by any chance?
I have visited the newer one, not the older one, the one
Okay.
behind.
Okay.
So in one of my visits to Mumbai, I had an opportunity to get inside the Taj Hotel and then look around and everything. So yes, it's quite a beautiful place and quite enchanting and attractive too. Yes.
So here's a visual of Gateway of India in black and white. Again, it's captured after a rain, I think. We can see the rainwater.
Yes, you can see the rainwater just before us. Yes, yeah. And yes, the rainwater adds a little bit of a charm to the entire, this picture as I see it, Gateway of India in its heydays and just, see the rainwater before it. I think this is a unique photograph. I think I would say credit to the photographer who has shot this, and credit to you also to have chosen this as one of the photographs in today's discussion.
Oh, yes, sir. I had a question regarding this.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's a trivial question. Of course, it's a subjective one. Answer is subjective. There's nothing right or wrong.
Right.
But I mean, Gateway of India looks better in color photo or a black and white photo?
I would say black and white.
Yeah, I too go with you. It's because, more nostalgic and more, what do you call that, heritage if it is in black and white, isn't it?
Yes,
or
yes.
monumental rather. Yeah.
Absolutely. And it has a lot of history attached to it. And I think the way it stands in this picture, it conveys it. One who can understand Gateway of India will really feel the presence much more if you see it this way rather than in a colorful photograph.
Oh, yes, absolutely. I'm fully with you on that.
Yeah.
So, continuing our journey through Mumbai, sir.
Absolutely.
So, the next visual is the Worli Sea Link.
Oh, fantastic. Great.
So,
yes.
What emotions does this kind of a picture, the Worli Sea Link's photographs invoke in you?
To be very honest, I would see the world famous bridge which is in US here, right in front of my eyes.
You mean the Golden Gate Bridge, is it?
The Golden Gate Bridge.
Oh, okay.
And that is one memory which it brings before me. And the other thing which I would credit the government of Maharashtra and the government of India is for getting this sort of imagination in them and the confidence that yes, we can replicate that in our own country. And though I have not yet had an opportunity to see the Bandra Worli Sea Link in person, but this happens to be one of my favorite, only for the fact that the way it has been constructed and planned. And I also hear that this is one of the place which gets jammed with traffic only because of the view which people would like to have of the Arabian Sea, and also the waves which come and which attack the pillars of the bridge. People actually, they just, they just step aside by the aisle and lay by, and then they just spend time watching the aura surrounding this bridge. One thing is it connects Bandra to Worli, and I mean the way it has been planned over the sea, it's absolutely flawless. So these visuals are mesmerizing and breathtaking, and yes, one has to really be there in person to experience the glory of this. And one of the best things to have happened to Mumbai and India, I would say.
Absolutely. It's definitely it's an engineering achievement by any standards.
Yes.
But unfortunately, I mean, I don't know whether I should use that word unfortunately. Because as an outsider, I don't regularly, because I'm not part of Bombay, right?
Right.
Staying thousands of, kilometers away from Bombay.
Right.
The way I can relate to this engineering marvel is only through visuals, photos like this.
No, absolutely. I mean, like, you need not really physically be a part of Bombay, because the very thought that you're discussing about Bombay makes you a part of Bombay. So
yes, 100%, sir. I fully agree with you on that.
So,
the only thing is, how I, unfortunately, there was an ad long back, many years back, maybe 10, 15 years back or 20 years back also, I'm not sure.
Right.
Where Swachh Bharat Today Abhiyan is there, isn't it? So
yes.
There was a previous version of that.
Right.
This is not the first time India is trying to clean up. There was previous governments also have tried to do this. And there was an ad campaign featuring Amir Khan, which was shot, I think, in this bridge. Okay.
Oh, okay.
It's about... it's like, it's a couple going in a scooter or something, and they have a kid. And that kid needs to urgently pass urine. So they pull up and they make the kid, pass the urine on the side of the road on this bridge. And then...
is it? Okay.
Yeah, I think that time the bridge doesn't get open fully for service.
Right.
And then Amir Khan suddenly pops out into the screen, and he gives them some advice about cleanliness and hygiene.
Right. Okay.
In that ad, I think the location was this bridge, Worli Sea Link.
Okay. So,
because somehow that's Worli Sea Link got stuck to my brain with Amir Khan acting, advising against the clean, keeping it clean.
Right.
Of course, it makes sense. Such an infrastructure has to be kept very clean, no doubt.
Absolutely. Yes. And not only this infrastructure, I mean, any infrastructure for that matter, if it has to present itself in the same glory for times to come, I think as human beings, every one of us has a certain responsibility, at least from the hygienic point of view, that we realize it and we try to keep the area clean and livable. So that even the generations ahead can take leaf out of it.
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah.
So as we can see in this visual, in the background, we have a lot of high-rise skyscrapers.
Absolutely, yes.
And Bombay city has led the way all through, even till today, when it comes to skyscrapers. There's nobody to beat Bombay, right?
Absolutely. That looks like the Manhattan of Mumbai, as I see that in the background.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes, right.
So as we continue our journey forward,
now
we step into Pali Hill area.
Oh, okay. That's a very interesting area. Right.
Yeah, so the temperament. So here we see the bridge and the traffic flowing in it. It invokes a mood of a sense of urgency or speed.
Yes, yes, yes.
And
So
the moment we
that's
shift to Pali Hill, the gear, it's like slow and calm, and the tempo. That's what I feel. Okay, I'm giving you a visual here.
mm,
This is a visual from a big famous personality's house, artist's house,
mm, mm,
which is based out
mm.
of Pali Hill.
Right, right,
Of course, he
right.
has been kind enough to share this in the public domain. It's there.
That's excellent. Huh.
So as you can see here, it doesn't feel anything like Bombay, right? This
Mm.
looks very calm and soothing, although it's in
Exactly.
the bang in the center of Bombay, isn't it?
Right, right. Yes.
So I
And
mean,
that too
why
from
does it
the
make it your one of your favorite areas in Bombay?
um no, one reason is because the importance attached to Pali Hill, because like I have been from my childhood I have been a fan of Bollywood films. And one thing is that Pali Hill is one such area, and it's quite picturesque. Of course, it's a hilly area, and Pali Hill is one such area where all my erstwhile favorite film stars would stay. Think I had one far off relative who was just opposite to Dilip Kumar's house, and then he was staying in a flat which was just opposite to Dilip Kumar's house, and then above his flat there was Sunil Dutt and Sanjay Dutt's house. So as Pali Hill has its identity of being a posh area with a lot of good getaways, and then of course it was this particular apartment where they were staying, it was again facing the Arabian Sea. So these people had their apartment at the 12th floor or something, if I remember correctly. And if you just go out to the balcony, you have that fantastic view of the sea. So that made it quite a critical and important area of one of the areas of Mumbai, and because all these top film stars were staying. And I think now probably there would have been a sea of change with a lot many more additions and a lot many more new things which have come up in Pali Hill. So yes, it still continues to be one of my favorite areas.
बढ़िया सर.
Yeah.
तो इधर आपसे पूछना चाहता था. तो आप
बोलिए
हाल ही
सर.
में बताए कि द स्काईलाइन लुक्स लाइक मैनहट्टन ऑफ बॉम्बे.
हाँ हाँ हाँ.
The skyscrapers in the previous Wally ceiling की
Visual. हाँ हाँ हाँ.
So if I say that Pali Hills is the Beverly Hills of India, would you agree?
Definitely. Why not? तो एक्चुअली अगर मैं उस बैड को एक्सपेंड करूं तो मेरे हिसाब से वो बेवरली एंड डायनामिक करके हो जाए.
अरे क्या बात है.
So only thing is I may not fit the quality of a cop. Probably you might do that role the best if you can become a Beverly Hills cop out there.
नहीं हमारा एक दोस्त है ना अभी जो इसमें माहिर है एक्सपैंडिंग एब्रिविएशंस.
वो ऑफ कोर्स.
तो कम से कम आपका ये एक्सपेंशन का तो एक फैन तो है, उतना बता सकता हूँ मैं.
चलो हमारा कोई तो फैन हुआ.
अरे एक आदमी है सर.
नहीं अगर कोई भी हमारा फैन है तो उसके पीछे उनका हाथ ज्यादा है, हमारा नहीं है. इसके लिए हम उसके बहुत बड़े फैन हो जाते हैं.
सही है सर. आम आदमी को शोभा देता है ये.
नहीं आम आदमी का आम आदमी रहना ठीक है, लेकिन फिर भी वो अपने आप में ही खास बन जाता है जब आप जैसे खास आदमी लोगों से बात हो जाता है.
क्या बात है.
बोलिए सर.
मूविंग ऑन टू वन मोर विजुअल. ये देखिए,
Yes.
दिस इज अ विजुअल ऑफ सेंट एन्स चर्च व्हिच इज इन पाली हिल अगेन.
Yes, I have a faint remembrance of this place. I think it is just somewhere adjacent to the Pali Hills area, I think. Yes.
Right. This is a more wide angle view.
Right. Yes. Huh.
So actually what I have heard is there are many of the people, again, cutting across religions, people go visit this church to get some peace of mind.
Right.
Is that true?
It is, because I have seen, like when I was, traveling to Mumbai and coming, I have heard about this place being one of the most interesting places around. Not only because the way it is, the place where it is stationed, but also due to the amount of people it used to invite then itself. Like, because people from different parts of life would go here and then pray to the God and seek his blessings. So it is one of those areas which identifies Mumbai, because Mumbai is being a cosmopolitan city where people from all walks of life come there and make a living. And yes, these are few very good places which actually compel people to be a part of that and stay there and face all difficulties and succeed in life. So I think St. Anne's Church has contributed a lot towards that, and it continues to do so.
Okay. So the journey continues. Very interesting spot
Right.
here in front of us.
Oh,
Church
fantastic.
Gate.
Fantastic,
Subhash Chandra
fantastic.
Bose Road, Church Gate. So how does this photo inspire you? What thoughts, what emotions come to you?
Well, I would just like to transform myself from here and just be there. And probably if I was allowed to be a part of Star Trek, the famous serial which came back years ago, I think I would have energized myself and just gone there now.
Yeah, technically that the term is called teleportation.
Oh, fantastic.
So you would like to teleport yourself to this spot?
Yeah, anytime. Because I think, as I see here, few people walking here and there.
Yeah.
But if you go to the edge of that place, I mean, that is the
Right.
place where you need to be. And from there, you see the city, and you have the J.M. Marshall's building there just next to you, the high-rise building. And the beauty of Mumbai is, I mean, you have a high-rise building, and the next, just besides that, you have a historic building, which adds a unique quality to the place. That it's like I mean, everybody is staying together, and people don't really qualify that this is too high a building or this is too old a building or something like that, and they unitedly stay there. And this particular place, I think it is somewhere near Marine Lines, probably, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, it's Church Gate, Subhash Chandra Bose Road.
Okay, that side. Okay, right. So yeah, and this one unique feature about this place, yeah, this is, I think, this is called as Queen's Necklace, if I'm not wrong, because
right.
generally the name is derived from the illumination, from the necklace which Queen Elizabeth used to have with her as one of the her favorite ornaments. So the story goes is like this, is that when this place is lit up at night, it resembles that necklace. And absolutely, it's one of the most beautiful spots of Bombay, where the waves of the ocean come and hit the rocks. And one thing you have there in abundance, as I would always see, is the presence of crabs out there, because you have crabs in abundance. And yes, a monsoon season is always a pleasure. I mean, it's a mind-boggling season if one would like to go there. One who loves monsoon, of course. But otherwise, yes, it's one of the most beautiful spots around in Mumbai.
So, trivial question again. So here the sky is filled with clouds, and
Right.
in the next one the sky is going to be clear.
Right.
What kind of weather do you prefer? This is Nariman Point, of course. Another one.
This is Nariman Point. Yes.
So you like a clear day? I mean, blue sky in Bombay or a cloudy sky? I somehow I always feel I very much get attracted to a cloudy sky in Bombay, a cloudy Bombay.
I go 100% with you, because I too love to be a cloudy visitor of a cloudy Bombay. Because I have always, enjoyed the heavy rain there. Whenever it rains in Bombay, it's a fabulous feeling. And though, of course, it creates a lot of troubles for people, I can understand, but still, the aura attached with it is something different. And this particular pathway here,
Yes.
it reminds me, it makes me nostalgic, because again, as I had just mentioned some time back, that I'm a big fan of Bollywood movies. There was a scene of one of a very famous super hit film, Diwar, I think, which you would have heard. One of its top scenes were filmed in this pathway. but it was facing this side or that side. I'm not able to recall it, but I think that gives me the memory of that film's one of the top scenes being filmed here. So many movies have been shot here, and yes, this is one of the historic pathways and known places.
Yes, sir. I do have indirect memory in the sense my father, before he married,
Uh-huh.
when I think he was in college or something, he and a few friends made a trip to Bombay.
Oh, excellent. That's
And
nice.
I remember seeing one black and white photo of him and his friends sitting in this wall.
Oh, great.
Yeah, the next to the breakwaters actually.
I think then probably we should repeat what Uncle did those days. I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
we should go and
Yeah, but before that, I
so
think I should pull that photo out, scan it, and share it with you.
I would be absolutely privileged to see that because it will motivate me all the more to repeat that.
Yes. It's log in our list, bucket list, I think. Yeah.
So I think that you should be doing ASAP with me now.
I wish we can have our another friend of ours, sir, who is sitting in US right now.
Oh yeah, I
So,
think
जो बताते हैं ना 4 चांद लग जाएगा.
नहीं वही ना कि चलने के लिए आदमी को खड़ा होना पड़ता है, लेकिन वो अपने वो जो दोस्त है वो कब खड़े होते हैं कब बैठते हैं वो सिर्फ वही जानते हैं.
सही है सर. Let's hope for the best. उम्मीद तो रखते हैं, बरकरार रखते हैं, देखते हैं क्या होता है.
उम्मीदों पे ही तो दुनिया चलती है, तो definitely I think it should happen once. So we need to coincide our program in such a way that he flies in from there, we go from here, and we meet at this particular spot.
Yes.
And relive our grand discussion tonight.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yes.
Yeah.
So yes, one more visual of a person trying
beautiful.
to take a snap the sunset.
Fantastic. This is great. This is a treat to the eyes. This
Yes, sir.
I think when technology has contributed so much to the talents of the people that I think everybody has an opportunity to express or to put forward his skill sets in various ways. So this is one of that, I think. Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So I think close by to this is one of your most favorite iconic landmarks, which you are going to now.
Right. Oh, yes.
इसके बारे में क्या बताते हैं?
अरे इसके बारे में क्या बताएं? आंखें मूंद कर बैठे हो याद में किसी के, अगर वही इंसान क्षम से आपके सामने आ जाए तो क्या हो?
फरिश्ता लगेगा सर, और क्या?
आपने तो ये विजुअल दिखा के हमें चौंका दिया.
अरे सर, I mean, I think you are part of this crowd also once upon a time, isn't it?
Not this crowd as such. I mean, not in this quantum. I had an opportunity to see Amitabh. I mean, many years back. I would
so
say.
Just for the benefit of those who can't relate to this photo, this is Amitabh's residence called Jalsa, which is in Bombay.
Jalsa, right. Yes. I think, I mean, that is another tourist destination because whoever travels around Mumbai doesn't miss Jalsa or makes it a point that you just see Jalsa from outside. If you get to see him, it's, I mean, you're good luck, but otherwise just pass by Jalsa. I think this is somewhere near Juhu.
Yeah, correct.
And one of his other bungalows called Pratiksha is also there. And I happened to see him in Pratiksha. So once when I was passing to Juhu, I mean, I just happened to wave to him and he also just waved to me. And that was a nostalgic moment. So yes, my most favorite icon anytime.
So here is an old photo, I think with his brother Ajitabh and of course I think his father.
Mother, Harivansh Rai ji, Madam Teji Bachchan, and brother and Jaya Bachchan and his children. I think probably all his family here.
Yeah.
Yes, and it's. I think it's one of the most memorable photographs. Keepsake, yes.
ये उधर ही लिया गया है, जलसा में लिया गया है, इसीलिए मैं I included this in the portfolio today.
फैंटास्टिक। आई थिंक उसके पीछे लिया गया, शायद वो
शायद,
लॉन्च में लिया
हाँ
गया।
लॉन्च, यस सर, सही है।
राइट राइट। एक्चुअली जलसा के बारे में एक हिस्ट्री है जो पीछे एक अमिताभ का एक मूवी आया था बाय नेम चुपके चुपके, यू वुड हैव हर्ड अबाउट इट,
हाँ
व्हिच
नाम
हैड
सुना
हिम
सर, सही है।
एंड धर्मेंद्र एंड ऑल. So in fact, the theory is that there was a house which was taken to shoot that movie, where Amitabh goes to teach Jaya Bachchan poetry as a lecturer. He goes to teach her botany. So that particular house was later brought by Amitabh and it was converted to Jalsa.
Oh,
So that is the history behind Jalsa there.
very good, sir. That is nice to know.
Yes.
So I believe even Dharmendra's house is nearby, isn't it? Ajkal.
Yes, yes, and they are
बिल्कुल
just
पीछे है ना, one road ahead,
बहुत
one
पीछे,
road ahead.
हाँ बहुत पीछे ही है. I think it's just I mean a stone's throw away, and I mean, and then if you go to the other side towards Juhu, you have Hema Malini's house, and so these
अरे
two
सर,
people are
एक्चुअली
quite
मैंने
near.
एक रूमर सुना है, पता नहीं
बोलिए
वो कितना सही है, लेकिन जस्ट आई
बोलिए.
वांटेड टू चेक विथ यू.
Right,
ऐसा सुना हूँ कि एक्चुअली देयर इज वन डोर इन द compound wall, a secret
right.
door inside the property, which if you open, Amitabh can walk into Dharmendra's house and vice versa. He can come here. ये आपने भी सुना ही है?
नहीं नहीं, मैं एक्चुअली पहली बार सुन रहा हूँ, मुझे इसके बारे में पता नहीं था. लेकिन आई मीन लाइक इफ आजकल ड्यूप्ले अपार्टमेंट्स जैसे बनते हैं, जैसे फ्रॉम वन फ्लोर यू कैन गो अप टू द अदर फ्लोर एंड यू कैन लिंक इट. शायद ऑफ कोर्स उनका, जैसे मैंने देखा है कि धर्म जी का घर बहुत ज्यादा दूर तो नहीं है. Probably when they would have built Jalsa, they would have built it in such a way that probably they would have had this arrangement. लेकिन ये मैंने पहली बार सुना है. I have not heard about this earlier.
Okay. So one more, this is of course the living room visual, which is
Right.
also in the public domain, and here is a very, you like this photo?
Yes, absolutely,
Definitely, right.
absolutely.
This is actually
It's
a part of his study or living study actually, I think.
and library and his souvenirs and all those
So,
things.
yeah.
Right.
So what are your thoughts or emotions when you see this photo?
Oh, absolutely nostalgic, because I think as I have known him as an artist, he too had troubled times in his initial part of his career. I remember that his first movie was Saath Hindustani, which he performed, and from there all the way till I would say Badla, which was the last which I happened to see. I think he has gone through lots of ups and downs, and nothing more than that tragic incident of Coolie, which happened in the year 1982, which almost took him away from everyone. But though that the hurt of that still lingers, but then these things, if you just take a look at it, it has been a memorable journey in life, where he has gone through many stages and come out a fighter as he always is. So yes, it's a nostalgic picture, and quite nice to see this here.
Yeah, especially this wall contains a collection of some probably hand-picked and rare photos which he likes.
Yes,
So,
absolutely. I mean,
I think based on that, can we say that he is a connoisseur? He is a very nostalgic guy, emotional, nostalgic person who is he's a connoisseur of arts as well. The way he has
very much, because he definitely is an emotional man, and I would say he's a complete out and out family man, I would say, because like he places his family above everyone else. Anything to do with the family, that has always been a priority for him, which has come from his earlier generations also. As I have heard, he was very fond of his parents, and he has learned a lot from
yes.
his father, who was a world famous poet, Dr. Harivansh Rai Bachchan.
Yes.
And so that has been transcended to the next generation also.
Yeah. I heard that he deeply respected his parents and took very good care of them.
He did, and
something which is rare to see these days.
And one incident which was really pleasing to hear in his career was that when he suffered that injury, and he was hospitalized with, like there is no tomorrow. His wife, Jaya Bachchan, would walk barefoot every day all the way up to Siddhivinayak temple and then pray for him and come back. So till the time he was in hospital, she would do it on a daily basis. Go there and offer prayers to the Lord and come back. And yes, such was the family bonding, I think, which exists even today with him.
Okay. So
Yeah.
a discussion for you, a discussion about Mumbai is never complete without discussing Amitabh, isn't it?
Absolutely, absolutely. Because he is, I think, because even when he came from Allahabad initially to Bombay, he too had to undergo a lot of troubles like anyone would undergo. And finally, when he, got used to the guiles, I would say, of Mumbai, and he started understanding Mumbai as a city better, then what you see today about him is history.
Right.
Yeah.
So here's the next visual. This is Thane Creek.
Oh, this is, I think this probably is one of my most favorite spots. I would pay anything to come here.
Why so? Can you elaborate?
Yeah, because as a child, I was always interested in traveling from Pune to Mumbai for two reasons.
Okay.
One is traveling through the Khandala Ghats, which leads from Pune to Mumbai near Lonavala. And secondly is a journey on this, because traveling on this bridge, it is, I think, only you need to travel on Thane Creek Bridge to find out what it is. This, I think, is a new bridge because we have been used to travel on the old bridge. And yes, I think probably the one on the right side is the older bridge.
Yeah, I think so, yes.
Yes. So that was the nostalgia. And both the sides, I think, if you would just stop by your vehicle and see, it was miles and miles of the ocean, and it used to give you such a pleasing sight. And this always reminded me of the second longest bridge in the world, which coincidentally later part in my career I happened to get an opportunity to visit, and that was the bridge in Penang, which is on
yes.
South China Sea, which is about 14.5 kilometers long. So, then of course I didn't have much idea about Malaysia and Penang and all. But when I went there for the first time, I would always recollect my travel on Thane Creek Bridge because it gave me a similar feeling. The traffic there and the size of the bridge and the water surrounding it. So yes, this will always remain my go-to place.
Okay, here's an aerial view of that.
Yes. I can see the aircraft out there.
Oh, yes.
The view taken from the aircraft. So yes, of course. I mean, this is a picturesque spot anytime. And so I would request you to plan a visit with me here.
Oh yes, definitely. Why not? We'll do that. We'll do that. Yes.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
So I believe Thane Creek is also a kind of a sanctuary for flamingos, isn't it?
It is. I mean, not only flamingos, but there are many different types of birds which circle around Thane Creek Bridge. Because I think they have the construction of the bridge is such that these birds can come and make their homes there also and stay for as long as they are. And there are few, because of the heavy vegetation surrounding the Thane Creek Bridge also. Many migratory birds come there, and it's a treat to watch. And if you get a opportunity to watch birds flying when you're driving, I think probably your day is made if you visit that place.
Oh, anytime, yes, 100%.
Yeah,
I'd agree with you on that.
Yeah.
So moving on to discuss Mumbai further.
Right.
How does this photo look?
Oh, this ये तो हमारी पहचान है. So हम अपनी पहचान को कभी नहीं भूलते हैं, तो इसे कैसे भूल सकते हैं?
The Premier Padmini, sir, Fiat.
The Premier Padmini, and I very well remember that uncle, that is your father, probably
Yes,
had
yes, yes.
one,
Yeah.
and I have seen him driving. I have seen you driving this legendary vehicle.
Yes, yes, it is.
So I think it is a marvel in itself. One of my most favorite cars. I have traveled a lot in this in my earlier days, and this and Ambassador would be my favorite cars then. And so nothing to beat the sturdity of this vehicle and the legendary historic look which it gives.
Oh, yes, very much.
No, I don't think any of the modern days car can even come anywhere near this, at least for the design and at least for the historic value which it carries.
Oh, yes, yes, correct.
Yeah.
But Bombay as a city has always been the earliest adopter of automobile vehicles, isn't it, in India?
Yes, it was because not only these type of cars, but even buses for that matter. Even today, the best buses are one of the most talked after buses because of the sheer services they provide.
Yes, correct.
And even apart from buses, there was another company called as Sidco, which was very famous in Bombay, and and they also would operate buses. But one unique thing about Mumbai and transportation there is that there are different types of transportation in Bombay. Like you can travel through roads where you have taxis, you can travel through trains, you can travel through buses, you can travel through auto rickshaws, and now you have the Bombay Metro also. But one unique thing about that is if any one type of transportation suffers, the public suffers hugely, because that is how the transport system is equated, that people make the best use of whatever transportation facility is available there, and they equally make use of that. So that way, I mean, all these automobiles, they carry their own value, and they have made an own space for themselves in Mumbai.
Yeah, but coming to their penchant for foreign imported vehicles, which is evident from movies like Dawn, which feature quite a number of them actually, long vehicles which are exotic, even by today's standards, they're exotic.
Yes, yes, I think
30-40 years back, isn't it?
Probably yes. I think they were
Chevrolet, Ford,
Chevrolet, New Plymouth, Impala.
Yeah, right.
And the earlier days, Mercedes and all those things.
Yes, true, very true, very true. So I think even today, maybe if we go to the right place, we will be able to spot some of those old cars. What do you say?
Yeah. I mean, why not? And most of I think the earlier days Bollywood movies would make use of those to showcase, a rich man's possession or something like that. So yes, of course. And if you get an opportunity to really take a look at those cars, I think probably then that would be the best opportunity. Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So Mumbai is incomplete without talking about Suburban, sir.
Yes. Why not? Absolutely. Now, this actually, I think, I mean, so many years I have really traveled through this. I think it's a unique feeling traveling through a Bombay local, I would say. Because I think from the sheer connectivity point of view, it can reach you from anywhere to anywhere across Mumbai. And the charm is that, I mean, the frequency of these trains are such that they won't make you wait for a long time. And you can just, for example, if you take a Churchgate to Virar or fast local or something like that. So the thing is that even if the journey involved is so long, but the frequency of the trains are very quick. So you need not wait for a long time if you miss a train and you catch another one. So yes, of course. I mean, it's a pretty nostalgic picture for me to see.
So you're a fan of Mumbai local?
Yes. Anytime. Given an opportunity, I would like to ride that any moment.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
So I move on to another of Mumbai's addictions and India's as well. This is a Wankhede Stadium.
Yeah, this.
What are your emotions when you see this photo?
I mean, it runs down deeply. I think the heart of cricket, the mecca of cricket is Mumbai, and I think one of my most favorite sports, which I continue to play even today, watch and play. And now, of course, it has over the years, it has gone through many changes with the IPL coming and the floodlights and all those things. So, but you know, the history behind Wankhede Stadium, it has seen so many great players coming and playing for India here. Sunil Gavaskar, Dilip Vengsarkar, and many other players. And even people like Vinu Mankad, Vijay Merchant, and all have had something or the other to do. And of course, not to forget the god of Indian cricket, Sachin Tendulkar.
Yes.
And today, of course, each one of these great contributors to the game have a stand named after them here. And I think now probably they would have increased the seating capacity also for this stadium.
Sir, did you mention
And
Gavaskar?
yeah, I did. Sunil
Okay.
Gavaskar,
Sorry, I
Dilip
missed.
Vengsarkar.
I missed because we have a fan who will otherwise he'll come behind us if we don't talk about Wankhede and Gavaskar. If we don't take it together in one breath, he'll be upset. I think many Indians will be, isn't it? Many fans of the cricket, rather, not India. Sorry.
No, absolutely, because he has been, I mean, one of the legends of the game, and I mean, Bombay has been really kind enough to present India with such a valuable cricketer. And not only he, I mean, there have been many, of course, who have represented the country, but Sunil Gavaskar, because at the time when he entered the cricketing arena, and the types of teams and the types of bowling, especially from the erstwhile West Indians, which he used to face, that too without a helmet, I think it goes a long way to really describe his determination for the game. And he has been an absolute legend, and it's good to see him being involved with the game today as an expert commentator. And yes, it's good to have him from Mumbai.
ये गूगली का टाइम है सर अभी.
बोलिए सर, बोल कीजिए.
मेरे को उतना जानकारी नहीं है इसलिए पूछ रहा हूँ.
बोलिए.
ये बैटिंग पिच है कि बॉलिंग पिच है या न्यूट्रल है?
I think it is more of a batting paradise, because earlier days Wankhede used to be full of runs, but with the advent of, I think, test matches then and test matches now, I think even today pitches are being remade to see that they generate the best amount of interest towards the viewing audience. Otherwise, test match, which is the oldest form of cricket, was losing its shine. Earlier days it used to be a batting pitch, but I think हाल ही में probably वो neutral भी हुआ रहेगा शायद.
अच्छा. And how does it help spinners, sir? Does it support spinners or pace when it comes to bowling?
I think probably more to do with spin, yes, because India has always been a spin-friendly country right from the earlier days. I mean, only now you would see, apart from few people like Kapil Dev or Javagal Srinath, or even say a Venkatesh Prasad or somebody like that. I think India have always presented great spinners.
माफी चाहता हूँ सर.
बोलिए.
आप थोड़ा नए नाम लोगों को लेना पड़ेगा, नहीं तो कुछ लोग हमारे पीछे पड़ जाएंगे.
अच्छा, ठीक है.
बुमराह जैसा कोई नाम आपको लेना पड़ेगा, आजकल पड़ता है.
ठीक है, बुमराह तो खेल ही रहे.
सेक्शन ऑफ ऑडियंस स्ट्रेट अवे.
नहीं, मैं
अगर बुमराह का नाम नहीं लिया तो गुमराह हो जाएंगे सर.
नहीं, मैं ऐसे सोच रहा था कि इंतजार का फल भी मीठा होता है, तो इसीलिए लोगों को ये थोड़ा इंतजार करना पड़े कि मैं आगे क्या बोलने वाला हूँ.
अच्छा, ठीक है.
तो बुमराह तो मुंबई इंडियंस की जान है, तो जो मुंबई इंडियंस के लिए अभी भी खेलते हैं, एंड ही इज वन ऑफ द मोस्ट आई मीन सेंसेशनल बॉलर्स फॉर इंडिया एज वेल. तो ऐसे कुछ लोग आए हैं, of course, who can bowl on any track. I mean, but again, India over the years have produced a lot of high quality spinners like Bishan Bedi, Prasanna, and Chandrasekhar and all. So, I mean, now probably I think it could be a neutral pitch where it, supports both, like a spin and a fast bowling.
अच्छा अच्छा अच्छा, ठीक है.
हाँ.
Here's the next visual, sir. अंधेरी वेस्ट.
Fantastic. ये
क्या क्या आप
ये
क्या राय है आपका?
ऐसा आपको शायद ही कहीं देखने को मिले कि एक तरफ ऊंचे ऊंचे दरख्ते हैं और नीची तरफ, दूसरी तरफ नीची घास है. लेकिन बट मुंबई का नज़ारा ही ऐसा है कि वो वो नज़ारा दोनों को मिला के बनता है कि ना, अगर अगर आगे एक बहुत बड़ी इमारत हो और यहाँ पे ऐसे ऐसे कुछ अच्छे, ऐसे अच्छे में नहीं बोल रहा हूँ, कुछ स्लम्स हो, तो बट वो देखते ही बनता है क्योंकि लोग वहां पे साथ मिलके रहते हैं. तो बहुत कम ऐसा देखने को मिला है कि उन दोनों में कोई ऐसी, लाइक दे हैव एनी सॉर्ट ऑफ स्पैट इन बिटवीन देमसेल्व्स, which is a very rare thing. But this is the true identity of Mumbai, where everybody, they live together and make space for themselves.
Yes, it is believed that for a majority of Indians who emigrate to Bombay in search of opportunities,
Right.
it is these kind of slums that provide a starting point or a base. You agree to it?
No, absolutely, because there have been many people who have tried to go there and begin life, who had to, even they wouldn't have had a space to live itself earlier. So initially they had to live in such areas which would be by the side of a railway track or something like that. So कई लोगों ने अपनी जिंदगियां यहीं से शुरू की हैं. And of course the world's largest slum happens to be Dharavi, which is in Mumbai again.
Right.
But now it has got a complete overhaul, and erstwhile it had a different identity. Now it has a different identity, and a lot of movies have been made in such localities, which have brought about the true lifestyle of these places. And going further, they have been able to give a facelift to these places. So yes, but they still continue to be one of the talking points of Bombay.
Oh yes, very much.
Yeah.
Nice. So now we flip and go a little bit upscale again, whether if I can use that word.
Absolutely.
So there is a setting sun at the far, and there's a boat in between and the waves near to us. This is for you.
Yes. This is, I think, this is one of my most favorite places, not only in Bombay, but in India. And I think I would pay anything to go there any number of times. I think this is Juhu Beach,
Yes.
which has its own glory. Many, I think, instances have happened here, which brings forth the life of Juhu Beach. My favorite hangouts in Juhu Beach would be the Bhelpuri and Pani Puri of that area. And apart from seeing the sunset at Juhu Beach, I was always a big fan of seeing the aircrafts fly over the Juhu Beach.
Oh yes, yes.
So either they are landing into Santa Cruz or they are flying out of Santa Cruz. I think it used to be a marvelous scene just by watching those aircrafts just fly over Juhu Beach. And then yes, of course, it's a beautiful place as any other beaches in India to hang around. And one thing is, like, what I would notice is that there were about 50 to 60 shops which sell Bhelpuri or Pani Puri there. But believe me or not, each shop was full. At any point of time, you would never see even a single shop empty on Juhu Beach. So that is one of the highlights of that place. So, I mean, it is full of life anytime.
Right.
Yeah.
So let me present you one visual now.
Right.
And get your reactions to it.
Absolutely.
कैसा है?
Whoa. अरे
Butta in Chowpatty beach. Sorry, Juhu beach. Yeah, Juhu Chowpatty. Yeah. इसके बारे में क्या
तो
आपका what's your thoughts?
मैं भुट्टे को बाद में देख रहा हूँ, पहले उस कोयले को देख रहा हूँ।
अरे सर क्या बात है चाह गए आप। एक बुट्टा
तो
आपने कोयला देखा? क्या बात है।
नहीं, वो क्या है कि कोयले के बगैर भुट्टा भुट्टा नहीं रहता है।
वो तो सही है सर, मैं मानता है लेकिन
नहीं, अगर अगर किसी को जलन नाम की चीज अपने अंदर महसूस करनी है तो फिर वो इसको देख के महसूस कर ले, क्योंकि जैसे भुट्टा जल रहा है लेकिन वो कहाँ जल रहा है, वो कोयले में जल रहा है। तो इसके लिए अपने आप को
सर
किसी
वो जल नहीं रहा है सर, उसको जलाया जा रहा है।
नहीं नहीं, वो सही, लेकिन उसको कोई जला नहीं, कोई उसको जला रहा है लेकिन वो खुद भी जल रहा है ना।
वो उसके क्या बदकिस्मती है, क्या करे। अभी किसके मुंह के अंदर भी जाएगा वो अलग बात है। बट ऑफ कोर्स द रीजन वी आर शोइंग यू दिस विजुअल was to check with you.
Yeah.
Would you prefer butta or pani puri on a given day?
No, I think each has a different taste, but I mean,
On
I
the
would
beach,
say
on the beach, in the sands.
I would say both, because I wouldn't I wouldn't mind a full butta along with a full pani puri also,
अरे क्या बात है सर।
because it is just like having an appetizer before having a drink. तो वैसा ही है मुझे। तो जो कोयले के साथ खेलता है वो किसी के साथ भी खेल सकता है।
क्या बात है सर।
Yes.
So one more visual from Juhu Beach.
Yes. अरे वाह, great.
So of course this visual I brought it up because
हाँ,
this Ganesh ji in the front, after Visarjan.
right.
So looks like it is a pop Ganesha, POP, plaster of Paris, which
Plaster of Paris.
which is environmentally very unfriendly, isn't it?
Yes. True.
So would you agree that even though it's such a vast, it's an ocean and sea and all the stuff, even then we should not, it doesn't make it the Ganesha small or the pollution created by POP is small just because the ocean is big. That's the message.
No, I 100% agree with you, because living organisms can live in any part of the ocean. Probably it need not be only in the center part of the ocean or in the depth. So small fishes and small other organisms would be moving around and living in the the base, just the starting of the ocean, I would say. So I would always agree to the fact that people do away with anything which pollutes water or pollutes the environment in general. But though I am a big fan of Ganesha myself, but I would always encourage the idea of going the eco-friendly way and trying to live with nature, so that you can protect the living organisms who are living around you, and also stop environment from being polluted. So I agree with you that probably this practice, the better it's done away with.
Right.
Yeah.
So we take our journey to nature now.
Absolutely.
Sanjay Gandhi Park, Borivali.
Oh, this is great actually. This is the Borivali National Park.
Yeah.
This is one of the fantastic places of Bombay, where the wildlife sanctuary. Yes, I have. I remember having visited this place many times, of course, in my childhood, and it would give a unique feeling to me every time I would go there, because I think you had a bus ride which would take you all the way inside the park, and you could see animals roaming around here and there. So it is one of the most picturesque places of Mumbai, which is in Borivali. You have good transportation facility also to help you reach there. But of course, I think you need to spend a whole day there to enjoy this place. So yes, it still continues to be one of my most favorite places.
How about the biodiversity there, as you observed? Does it have a good biodiversity?
It does. It does. I mean, it does have a good biodiversity, and but of course now, I mean, I'm not sure how if with the advent of the city increasing the way it is, I'm not really sure. I mean, is this the latest photo of Borivali or some time
I'm
back or
not
something?
sure how old is this, sir. Not sure.
Oh, okay. Because I mean, now I'm not sure about the the city's growth in that part of the city, but earlier days, it used to be a very green area as this picture projects itself.
Right.
But I think, yes, probably they would have made certain arrangements to see that this is safeguarded at least, so that the beauty of this spot doesn't get mixed with the concrete jungle and lose its sheen. So even today, people prefer this as a very good, getaway or something like that.
Right.
Yeah.
So I believe deep in the park there is this cave system. Have you been to
Oh.
this place? Do you remember the cave temple inside?
No, I don't know. I mean, is this a new development or I'm not really sure because
It's not new. It's pretty old.
okay,
Excepting that they say it is pretty quite deep into the park.
park is it?
So
Okay, okay.
unless you are
No,
really inclined to go and see it, maybe you'll miss it.
right. No. I don't remember. Because probably my memory doesn't. I can't recollect this whether
Okay.
I've seen this or not. Yeah.
It's basically a Buddhist relic.
Acha. Okay, right.
And
This is an extension.
probably you would have missed this waterfall as well.
Yes. This I don't remember seeing this. Probably this might have come up. I mean, a little later, maybe about 15 years ago or something like that.
Okay.
So, probably no. I have not visited here.
How about the wildlife that you would have seen there? Can you name a few animals?
Yes, of course. I mean, I have seen the tiger there. Tigers, leopards, deer, of course. Then sloth bears, one or two elephants, pythons. So these were the fauna which were there, and freely roaming also. I mean, there would be certain barricades which were placed, and the animals were allowed to roam freely on the other side. So yes, I think those were the fauna and animals which I remember having seen there.
How would you compare this with Bannerghatta National Park, sir?
I think probably Bannerghatta now. I think it's rising up to the levels, because earlier you did not have anything except a lion and a tiger safari, if I remember, because this is way back 20 years, 25 years ago. But then now, of course, they have the sloth bear safari and the butterfly safari and everything. But I think this is a touch above Bannerghatta, because Borivali National Park has a vast area, and the entire area is dedicated to tourism. Something like those Kenyan safaris which you have.
Okay.
So something like that. But you won't see animals hunting prey and everything as you see there. But because this is a more an enclosed area where animals are left free, though, but in a designated area. So probably this for me is a touch above Bannerghatta National Park.
Okay.
Yeah.
So पार्क है तो एक पार्क राइड बनता ही है ना.
अरे वाह, क्या बात है, वनराणी.
हाँ, इसका कुछ यादें हैं आपके पास?
वनराणी, ऑफ कोर्स, तभी एक ऐसे ही एक कुछ ट्रेन जैसा हुआ करता था, टॉय ट्रेन जिसे हम कहते हैं.
हाँ.
तो मुझे याद है कि उसमें एक दो बार घूमा हूं, बट उसका नाम मेरे को याद नहीं है. बट शायद यस, ऐसे ही एक दो टॉय ट्रेन हुआ करते थे जहाँ पे पूरा सफारी घूम के आ सकते थे. तो यस, ये तो काफी नॉस्टैल्जिक है. तो अभी भी अगर मौका मिले तो आई वुड जस्ट try to sit where the tiger's image is there and see a tiger itself.
बढ़िया सर,
तो
बढ़िया बढ़िया, मस्त।
हमें वो जज्बा अभी भी कायम है।
बहुत बहुत सुन के बहुत खुशी हुआ।
यस।
सो हाँ सर, सो आई रैन आउट ऑफ द विजुअल्स फॉर टुडे सेशन। सो
अरे
अभी
यार ये तो,
धन्यवाद देने का टाइम आ गया है।
अरे यार,
सो
अच्छा
ऑफ
अच्छा अच्छा।
कोर्स मुंबई ऐसा शहर है जो बात करते ही जा सकते हैं। एक्चुअली वी कैन कीप टॉकिंग, देयर इज नो एंड टू इट।
हम्म।
लेकिन यकीन करते हैं कि आपको मजा आया मुंबई के बारे में बात करते हुए हमारे साथ।
अ, किस
कोई
तरह से किस तरह से शुक्रिया अदा करूं आपका मैं,
एक
कि
शेयर ठोक
आपने
दीजिए सर, आप तो एक शायर है, शेयर ठोक दीजिए।
कहते हैं कि समुंदर का किनारा और मुंबई का नजारा दोनों हमें दिलो जान पसंद है। और अगर आप इजाजत दें तो हर वक्त हर जगह मुंबई से एक शाम मैं आपसे चुराना चाहता हूं, क्योंकि आखिर में ये तो है मुंबई मेरी जान।
बिल्कुल सर, बिल्कुल, ये है
यस।
मुंबई मेरी जान।
यस, एब्सोल्युटली।
So thank you very much for your time. It was a pleasure talking to you as always.
यस,
And of
एब्सोल्युटली।
course,
एंड
we will continue this series. We'll talk many things where we'll try to cover.
एब्सोल्युटली
Keep everyone
एब्सोल्युटली।
entertained as such. Yeah, end of day.
No, no,
Information which,
absolutely.
yeah,
And I mean, I would like to thank you for choosing the place of my birth, which I was really honored to speak about. I mean, though I have not been there of late for some time, but I would always like to get back there and, relive those moments which I have done in the earlier part of my life. And I owe a lot of my present confidence and lifestyle and the zeal to move forward, a lot of that to Mumbai and Pune, because they were the cities which made me stand on my feet and move forward with confidence by facing any challenge which comes in front of you. So धन्यवाद, और आशा करता हूँ कि ऐसे ही कहीं और जगहों का हम शेयर करें आपके साथ।
100% सर, हमारा भी यही उम्मीद है। Thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
धन्यवाद।
Thank you so much, and have a pleasant evening ahead. Thank you so much.
Thank you sir. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Bye bye. Yeah.